Node 36195779 connected to node 48496.
Amateur Radio Newsline Report, number 2,529, with a release date of Friday, April 17th, 2026. To follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. A return to production for high-gain and Cushcraft antennas. Hams in Hawaii activate for yet another big storm, and darkness returns for Japan's solar-powered satellite. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2,529 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, here's Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
We begin this week with the news that two popular antenna brands, formerly part of MFJ Enterprises, will be back on the market soon under new ownership. Andy Morrison, K9 AEWM, tells us what to expect next.
Production of the high-gain and Cushcraft antennas and antenna products popularized by MFJ Enterprises will be going forward under new ownership and in a new home in Linton, Indiana. The Indiana-based manufacturing and engineering business, ITU Corporation, has purchased both brands from Martin F. Jew, K5 FLU, president and founder of MFJ Enterprises. MFJ, which Martin founded in Starkville, Mississippi, halted production in the spring of 2024. Manufacturing of the two brands will resume at a property that formerly housed the National Guard Armory. The 15-acre site is being repurposed for the production. In a statement announcing the deal, Martin expressed confidence that ITU would honor both brands' tradition of service to the amateur radio community. He said that he was certain that ITU's Dave and Canby Carpenter, quote, share our commitment to American-made quality and customer satisfaction. They bring the engineering expertise and manufacturing passion necessary to keep these products and these trusted American high-performance antennas on towers worldwide for years to come, end quote. The Carpenters are also the owners of the electronic supply store Tech Shack. ITU, which has its company headquarters in Duggar, Indiana, has also purchased MFJ's designs, tooling, specialized equipment, manufacturing, and marketing rights for use in the Linton location. The company plans to move all manufacturing operations there from Mississippi, a transition that is expected to take about 2 months. This is Andy Morrison, K9 AWM.
Already battered by flooding a month ago, Hawaii watched as its emergency responders went back on the air for yet another storm. As we hear from Randy Sly, W4XJ.
With memory still fresh from historic storm-related flooding in March, hams in Hawaii were back on the air early this month after the same kind of storm, known as a Kona low, struck the region. The activation, which began on the 8th of April, focused on the same cooperation as before between city and county emergency communicators and Hawaii's Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service, or RACES, operators. Staying at their radios overnight into the 9th of April, the RACES hams ensured that traffic could be passed via voice and WinLink email on both 2 meters and the HF bands. An additional overnight shift carried the operation through to its conclusion on the 10th of April. Throughout the activation, the hams were able to pass situational awareness traffic and assist with response coordination, making the necessary adjustments in response to various conditions. When interference disrupted their original channel, the hams had to QSY to a new 80-meter frequency to keep long-range communications viable. The storm, known as the Kona Low 3 weather system, came only weeks after back-to-back Kona Low storms led to Hawaii being declared a federal disaster area. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
The winter storm that held much of the Quad State region and the Ohio Valley in its clutches in late January has long since melted. But one of the more positive parts of that challenging experience still remains: the gratitude that emergency responders in Kentucky have for local hams who stepped in to help. Kevin Trotman, N5PRE, has that story.
Communicating under difficult circumstances is a big part of what the Amateur Radio Community Services KY4ARC is all about. Earlier this month, the hams were recognized for their readiness in the January winter storm by the Paintsville-Johnson County Emergency Management Director, Paul Burchett. In a presentation of certificates at the club's monthly meeting, Burchett said that Club President John Hager, N4KJU, and others provided relays of critical information to other emergency managers at important times throughout the storm. He told members of the club, quote, "We greatly appreciate everything you all do and everything you do for us," end quote. With the storm now simply a chapter in history, club members are still ensuring the lines of communication stay open. Rain, shine, or whatever the weather, they will continue to check in with one another every night at 10 p.m. local time. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
A New York State man has been charged with interfering with the radio channels used by emergency services in his city. Kent Peterson, KC0DGY, has the details.
Police in Central State New York have arrested a man and charged him with interfering with emergency radio channels by transmitting false statements over equipment he was unauthorized to use. Local media reports said police stopped Chad Potter of Sherburne, New York on the 31st of March while he was driving in a vehicle equipped with a number of radios tuned to frequencies where, according to police, he has been disrupting emergency services. A report on WBNG News 12 said that an investigation into reported radio interference dates back to 2021. Police said that fire, EMS, and law enforcement operations were disrupted several times by his messages. The WBNG News report described one transmission as, quote, shots fired, end quote, which reportedly caused concern and confusion among first responders and the public. On the day when Potter was arrested on the radio-related charges, city police had pulled him over in relation to a traffic stop. Investigators said his vehicle was equipped with aftermarket lighting that made it look like he was an emergency responder. Police issued a citation to him for the lighting. This is Kent Peterson, KC0DGY.
The aging solar-powered satellite, Fuji Oscar 29, made big news in early March when its entry into a full sunlight orbit woke the 30-year-old satellite from a long slumber. Well, guess what? It's nap time again, as Jim Meachins at L2BHF tells us.
If you've been enjoying continuous operation using the newly awakened Fuji Oscar 29 from Japan, you may want to make plans to take a break. MSAT News reports that on or around the 21st of April, the satellite will return to a period of eclipse. In other words, no more sunlight. The Japan Amateur Radio League has estimated that the satellite will remain without power and go back to sleep and out of service for about a month. The satellite is fully dependent on its solar panels since its onboard batteries have not worked in many years. There is a bright spot in all of this, and we do mean bright in every sense of the word. Full sunlight will become available to the satellite again starting around the 20th of May. Hams can once again look forward to more continuous operation through to the middle of November. This is Jim Meachin, ZL2BHF.
Don't forget, you only have until the 31st of May to tell us about a promising young amateur radio operator who could become our next Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Memorial Young Ham of the Year. Nominees must be licensed hams who are 18 years of age or younger, and they must reside in the continental United States. Do you know a deserving candidate? Visit our website, arnewsline.org, and find the nomination form under the Awards tab. Submit the documentation that tells us how your nominee has played an important role, not just in the community of fellow amateurs, but in the community at large. Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the EA5 JAV repeater in Alicante, Spain, on Thursdays at 1400 GMT +1. Also heard on Allstar, Echolink, System Fusion, DMR, Peanut, and VoIP PABX. When is a ham club POTA not just a ham club POTA? When it turns into an impromptu, on-the-air outing for scouts working to earn their radio merit badge. Jen DeSalvo, W9TXJ, was there.
It started as a POTA at the historic Santa Fe Prairie Nature Preserve just outside Chicago city limits.
We're just going to do a POTA event, and one of the members is a scout leader and said, well, hey, how about if I bring some scouts?
That member was Dennis Calderon, KC9DSP, president of the Suburban Technical Amateur Radio System, referring to Tom Bosworth, KE9JQ, who is both an amateur radio operator and active in scouts for nearly 4 decades. Tom is a Cubmaster for a local pass.
And I'm a radio merit badge counselor. He offered this out to the council. We expected 4 or 5 to show up, and we have 35 here today.
Tom was referring to a radio merit badge class. He says it is inevitable that kids today will grow up to have careers in computers and technology.
This is the most basic technology you're going to have.
He said the first thing he covered with the scouts was to tell them what radio is.
Which isn't just ham radio, obviously. It's also broadcast radio. It's your garage door opener.
The club set up 5 stations, giving the scouts a hands-on experience of how everything works. Club members set up stations for FT8, CW Morse code. They use mobile units to hit their 2-meter repeater, sideband voice.
One of the requirements is for them to talk to 5 other stations. So when they're on sideband and when they're on the FT8, they're actually participating in the communication.
Dennis, the club's president, plans to host more events for local scouts to not only earn their radio merit badge, but to carry the torch of ham radio.
But we have to get the youth involved and pass it down generation after generation. Get them involved so that they can get into this community to help people out.
From Chicago, I'm Jen DeSalvo, W9TXJ.
An amateur radio operator in Oman is hoping to lead the way for hams to have smoother, more reliable satellite tracking and contacts with the help of his downloadable mobile app. John Williams, VK4JJW, tells us more.
It didn't take long for Yusuf al-Balushi, A46UNX, to find his place in amateur radio right after being licensed in 2024. He was almost immediately drawn to chasing satellites, often using his own homebrew tools. Those challenging early days inspired him to create a free satellite tracking mobile app to help deliver the best possibilities for successful contacts. He gave it the name HamSatting. A member of the Royal Omani Amateur Radio Society, he shares the app freely with amateurs around the world, whether they're using its interactive map to track the ISS or to search for one particular amateur satellite. The app's numerous features include a built-in SSTV decoder that supports Robot 36/72 and other modes. He told the website, Muscat Daily, that this was his attempt at creating a single place that integrated as many needed services as possible without requiring the user to switch between several apps. Finding all existing apps incomplete, he began his development work in August of last year. HamSatting was formally released this past January. He designed it for use by licensed hams, satellite chasers, and people involved in ARIS contacts. In fact, tracking the ISS is a default function. Individuals who want access to other satellites will need to obtain a free API key from the satellite tracking service N2YO. Yusuf said that the app is also useful for grid square hunters working toward awards such as VUCC. It can be downloaded free from the Apple and Android app stores. More details available at unixeer.com. That's UNIXEER.com. He told the website, quote, "I hope the app will make satellite communication easier and more enjoyable for the amateur radio community." End quote. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
It's a party, and you're invited to RSVP. April 25th is the International Marconi Day, and amateurs around the world will be calling CQ to honor the man who helped bring us wireless communication. Register for the official event by visiting the website operated by the Cornish Amateur Radio Club. You'll find it in the text version of this week's Newsline script at arnewsline.org. The number of registered stations continues to grow, and you can see the list as well on the same website. There are awards available for shortwave listeners as well as hams. Visit the website to see how to qualify. Internet-assisted modes such as DMR, Echolink, and digital voice modes are not eligible. Speaking of special occasions and special events, International Amateur Radio Day is the 18th of April. Don't forget to get on the air. In the world of DX, Harry, JG7PSJ, will be calling QRZ as JD1BMH from Chichijima, IOTA number AS031. Ogasawara from 26th of April to the 4th of May. He will operate CW, single sideband, and RIDI on 40 through 10 meters. Aldir PY1SAD is on the air as 8R1TM from Guyana until the 10th of May, operating CW, single sideband, and digital modes on 160 through 6 meters. He is also operating via satellite from 2300 to 300 UTC during the week and full-time on weekends. Aldir is participating in the CQ-MMDX contest on the 18th and 19th of April. The early moon missions of the 1960s were most certainly awe-inspiring, but for those of us who were perhaps young students here on Earth at the time, they were as distant an experience to us as the moon itself. Well, not so with Artemis II. With 8 universities chosen by NASA to track the Orion spacecraft via radio, the moon became a close and almost palpable presence for the young. Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB, explains.
Yes, tracking a moon mission can be a personal experience, as many students on several university campuses discovered. In Pennsylvania, Sawyer Mervis and Jake Wendt were up on a campus rooftop in the early morning hours with a parabolic antenna and other student-built equipment. They were collecting data for the U.S. Space Agency, NASA, from the 248,655-mile flight around the moon. The receiving station had been a team project, with the Panther Amateur Radio Club at the University of Pittsburgh receiving guidance and support from faculty in various engineering departments. Farther south, students at the American University in Washington, D.C. tracked the Orion spacecraft with a radio dish about 6.5 feet wide, installed by physics major Ankur Purao at a university-owned property in nearby Warren, Virginia. Emotions ran high for everyone toward the end of the 10-day mission. Suddenly, the students were no longer tasked with an assignment that called for tracking, collecting data, and measuring Doppler shift. Now, all eyes were on the return of the 4 crew members as their journey ended safely in a Pacific splashdown. That conclusion brought the Artemis II mission back home to all of them. As American University first-year student Shafak Yousaf said, quote, "We're going to be telling generations about this and that we've played a part in this," end quote. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB.
With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News, CBS News, David Behar, K7DB, DX Zone, 425 DX News, Groups.io, KTV Channel 2, Linton News, National Weather Service, Paintsville Herald, QRZ.com forums, MuscatDaily.com, Newsweek, the Radio Society of Great Britain, ShortwaveRadio.de, SFGate, Stacey Holbrook, KH6OWL, WBNG News 12, the Wireless Institute of Australia, WTAE, WTOP, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material, even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights are reserved.
This is KD8SLG. We're about 10 minutes out from the start of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Nat. So stick around. 10 minutes away. It's KD8SLG, clear until Nat.
N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A. Node 3304816 disconnected.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's my girl. QST, QST, QST. Calling all amateurs to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. Right here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, 147 Mark 390, positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We meet here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, right after Newsline. We do some check-ins, we make some jokes, we pal around, we've got some trivia, so stick around, it's a good time. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass your net control. Your net control this evening is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo, just Nick. For the duration of this net, I'll be using the club call of W8WKY. We got a few club announcements, and then we'll get the party started, and I'll tell you how it's going. This is W8WKY. Sarah's got a lot going on right now, all summer long, as a matter of fact. But this weekend, the 25th, we're doing a POTA event at Wingfoot Lake Park. Yeah, Buckeye Pavilion, 5:30 to 9 on Saturday night. You can get 2 activations at once if you make 10 before and 10 after 8 o'clock. So it's a good opportunity. Grab your gear and get out there, or just go out and see what's going on. May 2nd, Handy Finder build. We had a lot of people join us the last day or so. So we're moving the location from Gary's garage, where 8 would have been fine, to the Aries Pavilion, where we meet for meetings. We're going to do it outside there. 16 people, I think, in total. Should be a good time. So those of you who are doing the Handy Finder build, change of venue. Now you know. The meeting in May, we're doing a fox hunt. So meet where we always meet, and we'll take off from there. There are sign-up sheets on the website for people who want to be leaders or part of teams. So sign up there and find a team. We are having a field day t-shirt contest again. All the specifics are up on w8wky.org. So get creative and see what you can come up with. We need those by the end of this month so that we can have the t-shirts printed and ready to go in time for field day. That's what's going on. Are there any other announcements for the good of the club tonight? Please call now. This is W8WKY. All right, nothing heard. We're going to do a couple of rounds of in and out check-ins. In and out check-ins first, please. Then we'll do a couple of rounds of regular check-ins. Then we'll get the trivia and we'll get the ball rolling. So please, when checking in, give me your call sign. Phonetically, alphanumerically, your name and location. As this is a link system and I'm on Allstar, please key up for a second or two before you start talking. Hang on for a second when you're done. And wait for the beep. Before I start taking check-ins, are there any emergency or priority calls out there? Let's do it now, please. Any emergencies or priorities, call now. Nothing heard. If there is an emergency during the net, just say break, break, get my attention. We'll slow things down, see what we can do to help you out. In the meantime, let's get this thing going. I'm looking for in and out check-ins only, please. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
This is W8WKY.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf Hotel Papa KF8 GHP Ryan out of Canton. In and out. Logs over.
Smart and Wadsworth. In and out.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Golf X-Ray, X-Ray, Mobile, Tom, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet, November Hotel, KE8JNH.
Also in and out.
Kilo Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Mike, KB8 VHM, Tom and Green, in and out.
KY4EL, Canal Fulton, name is Ted.
All right, guys, let me pick it up there. This is W8WKY. We got in and out so far from KF8GHP Ryan, KE8SFS Mark, WA8GXX Tom, KE8JNH Doug, N8EI Jason, KB8VHM Thomas, and Ted. Ted is pretty much the only thing I got out of there. Would you please come back with your call sign for me, please? Ted, I'm looking for a Ted. All right, nothing heard. Let's do some more in and outs. In and outs. W8WKY taking in and out check-ins.
Victor Alpha, K8LVA, Aaron, in and out.
November 8, Yankee Mike Yankee, N8YMY, John Waynesburg, in and out.
This is Whiskey 8, Uniform Alpha, Javen, Mobile in Wadsworth. I'll be in and out.
KE8LVA, Aaron, thank you. N8YMY, John, good to hear you. And W8UA, Javen. It's great seeing you a couple weeks ago there, buddy. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. There was someone in the beginning, I got nothing out of it. If you checked in and I didn't just call you back, let's give it another try. You were kind of broken up.
This is WHOT, Whiskey 8 Hotel Officer Tango, Kevin, Youngstown.
W8HOT, Kevin, I got you that time, man. I got you in and out. Thanks for stopping by. W8HOT, you have a great night. All right, let's get some regular check-ins here. If you want to stick around, see what I got up my sleeve for trivia tonight. And now's your chance. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
November Tango, 8 Delta, NT8D, Dave in Copley. I'll take the hesitation is that nobody wanted to be first for trivia.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray, K8 VOX Scott and Vermilion.
And I'll be number 3, Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8 KOC Fred in Akron.
K8 MRE Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Echo Mike in New Franklin.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Papa KF8 ETP Lori Massillon.
Kilo
Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo KE8 UIB John Maslin.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Charlie, KF8, GGC, Marianne Wadsworth.
This is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
No, inaccurate.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Romeo, KE8, ZZR.
This is phonetically Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, alphanumerically K4OG, marking Copley.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Lima Alpha, KF8 ELA, Zach in Dalton.
Kilo Charlie 8, Hotel Delta Papa, KC8 HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
Fine business. Let me pick it up there after Jerry. Thank you all very much. Let me tell you who I got so far. We've got Dave at the top of that ticket, NT8D, KE8VOX, Scott in there, WA8KOC, Fred, K8MRE, Mike, KF8DTP, and KE8UIB, Lori and John, you're in there. KF8GGC, Marianne, great to hear you. WO3X, you're on the list. John, KE8VQX, Joe, I heard you in there. KE8ZZR, Harry, you're on the list. KC8FQV, I didn't hear you, but I saw you. You're in there. K4OG. Did you say you're in Copley, Mark? Good to hear you, man. KF8ELA, Zach, you're on the list. And KC8HDP, down at the bottom for now. Who else is out there? This is WKY. I'm taking check-ins for the Sarah Tuesday Night Club Net. All right, I guess we cleared the boards on the first try there. Fine business. We'll take some check-ins later on, but let's get this trivia going. Start talking to people. All right, I got a two-part question tonight, and it's been sticking with a familiar theme. We've been talking about space and Artemis 2 and all that for a couple of weeks, so here we go. We've talked about the Artemis 2 mission used S-band and X-band communications for telemetry and some voice communications. They had the ability to use ham frequencies in conjunction with some CubeSats for backup telemetry. And I think we may have heard just some of that was going on during Newsline. So what band did that utilize? That is the backup telemetry using the CubeSats. Your choices are Alpha, 70 centimeters, Bravo, 2 meters, Charlie, 6 meters, or Delta, 10 meters. And the second part of this question is, how many of the 4 crew members of Artemis 2 are licensed hams? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 are your possible answers there. So I'll be looking for answers that are in the format of, let's say, Alpha 4 or Bravo 3, something like that. So here they are once again. Let me drop it and I'll come back.
W8WKY.
And, of course, my node ID. All right, this is a two-part question requiring 2 answers. The Artemis 2 mission used S-band and X-band communications for telemetry and communication, as we've talked about. They had the ability to use ham frequencies in conjunction with some CubeSats for backup telemetry. What band did that backup utilize? Your choices are Alpha, 70 centimeters, Bravo, 2 meters, Charlie, 6 meters, or Delta 10 meters. And the second part of the question is, how many of the 4 crew members on Artemis 2 are licensed hams? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? We're looking for answers in the format of Alpha 4 or Bravo 3, something like that. Those are tonight's questions, so let's get into it. NTAD, this is WWKY. You're up first tonight, Dave. What do you got for the group, and what are your answers to tonight's trivia questions?
Good evening there, Nick, and all the netizens, everybody on the net tonight, all the check-ins, all the listeners, all the future check-ins. Gosh, turned out to be a beautiful day after starting out to be a cold and sunny day. Well, I heard there were 16 people signed up for the antenna build. The first thought I had was we are going to have a fun season of fox hunting. With that many antennas out there, I hope to see a lot of teams show up to the hunts this year. That sounds really cool. It sounds very exciting. I'll be there building one. I got one that I built back in like 1990, and it doesn't work anymore. So I gotta build another one. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Bravo 4 for my answer. I don't know. It just sounds like a good guess. And geez, enjoy the good weather while it's here. We're gonna get some rain again next week, but hopefully it'll be nice on the day that we have the build out in the pavilion. Throw it back to you there, Nick. Thanks for the fun questions, and hope to see everybody soon. WAWKY, NTAT.
Cool, Dave. Yeah, we should have some more fox hunting teams out there for sure. 2 worked out pretty good last time. I would have been 3rd, but you know what happened. Stuff always happens for me. Thanks, Dave. We'll catch you down the log and see you at the fox hunts. Gonna clear with NT8D. Let's go up to the north coast, see what's going on with Scott. What do you got, Scott? And what are your answers to tonight's trivia questions? KE8VOX, KD8, WWKY. Go, Scott.
Hey, good evening, Nick. Good evening, all listeners. KE8VOX, Scott up here on the shores of Lake Erie in Vermilion, Ohio. Well, for trivia, I'm going to go with B4, Bravo 4. And just been busy. The new house getting done. Not quite done yet, but getting close. Getting excited. So that's been pretty much it. Put the floors in today, so one step closer. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for getting me in there, Nick. KE8VOX, sending it back to net control.
Thank you for being here, Scott. I got you down for Bravo 4 tonight. We got 2 of those already. Could be something to that. We're going to clear with KE8VOX. Sounds like the house is coming along great, Scott. So hope everything works out up there, and you'll have to, you'll have to have some sort of coda party or something to break it in, right? Just a thought. Let's clear with KE8VOX. You're listening to Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I am W8WKY for now. And next on the docket, we've got WA8KOC Fred. Tuesday and Wednesday mornings on the Barometer Net. You can find him. Fred, what do you got going on tonight, and what are your answers to the trivia questions? WA8KOC, W8WKY. Go, Fred.
WAWKY, WA8KOC. Nick, it's great to hear you, Prez. You're sounding good, sounding cheerful. Doesn't sound like you've contracted this crud that some of us other people have. God bless you. And, yeah, it was a beautiful day, gotta say. Really a wonderful day. And I think we're going to have a couple more here in the near future. Hopefully it doesn't turn as cold later on with rain than it was the last 2 days. I'm going to go with Charlie and 2. Charlie 2 are my answers. I know they're wrong, but you know what? I'm just here for the meantime to have fun. WAWKY 7-3, buddy. WA8KOC 7-3 to everybody else as well.
Fred, great to have you in here with us tonight. I got you down for Charlie, too. And I had the crud. Crud went through. Audrey had pneumonia, just full-on pneumonia. So, yeah, it was here. I survived. Looking forward to the warmer weather. I got to tell you, though, when we start out at 32 and end up at 72, I get the furnace on in the morning and the air conditioner at night. Doesn't help much. But that's where we are right now. Thanks, Fred. It's good talking to you somewhere other than on the barometer net. Good to hear you. We're going to clear with WA8KOC. This is WKY. Let's go to Mike, New Franklin. K8MRE. How you doing tonight, Mike? What do you got for us, and what are your answers to the trivia questions?
Good evening, Nick. KMRE here. And I'm going to go with Bravo 4. I was debating on Bravo or Charlie. And then I didn't know the space station. I'm pretty sure they're 2 meters. So I went Bravo. And I think most astronauts are all ham radios. So I went Bravo 4. Everything's pretty good here. I did overdo it today because of the nice weather. So my back's a little sore. Probably going to have to take it easy tomorrow because I got a golf game on Thursday. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you running that, Nick. Everybody out there, have a great day. K8MRE, back to net control. 73s, everybody.
K8MRE, W8WKY. I got you down for Bravo 4. And, yeah, it's easy to overdo it when you get a nice day. And you don't want to overdo it before you play golf, that's for sure. I mean, I shoot in the low 70s. Any hotter than that, I just don't go out on the course. Have a good day, Mike. 73, let's clear with K8MRE. Let's see what Lori and John are up to tonight, the Giggle Twins. Lori's up first. KF8DTP, what do you got for us, Lori?
W8WKY, haha, I get to keep the nickel. This is KF8DTP. We're not up to much of anything. We're just kind of just sitting and relaxing tonight. And my answers, I really don't know, so I'm taking a shot in the dark. I'm just going to go with C and 3. So we'll see where that takes us. But yeah, with that, I'm going to hand it back over to you. This is KF8DTP. I'll be 7-3, y'all.
All right, Lori, good to hear you tonight. Yeah, I've already thrown one nickel in the jar tonight as W8WKY. There'll probably be a few more by the end of the night. Got you down for Charlie 3. Fine business. Hand that microphone over to John. Let's get some words from him tonight. KE8UIB, W8WKY. What do you got, John?
W8WKY from K8UIB. Good evening, Nick. Everybody out there on the net on this terrific Tuesday evening. And let me see, this makes 2 for Tuesday. I got the net this morning. I'm on the net tonight. So that makes for a great Tuesday. Doing the weekly messaging back and forth with my mom and dad, and they are saying Alpha 4. Now me, I want to go with Alpha 3. We'll see how that lands and stuff. And my question to you, Nick, how does it feel being the man, being the president, as you sit in the chair and run the net tonight? And with that, let me say congrats too, Nick. But that's my question for you there. So with that, this is K8UIB, living that $5 dream, a nickel at a time. 7-3, y'all. And thanks for running the net, Nick.
W8WKY.
That was not me composing myself. That was me waiting for my node ID again. All right, let's start with the answers. I got your folks down for Alpha 4 and Alpha 4. I got you down for Alpha 3, John. And to answer your question, I'm 3 weeks into it, John, and I got to tell you, I feel like I'm not spending enough time playing radio, and I'm spending too much time doing other stuff already. How does that sound? But it feels great to be in a chair and talking to everybody. I love the club net. Thanks, John. Hey, is it this Friday that you guys are running the club net on Friday night? You and Lori?
Oh, sorry, Nick. It was last Friday there, and I'll make sure I let you know in advance when we post the next round of nets. So that should be coming out soon. So I'll know our next upcoming date from then. Okay? K8UIB, back to net.
See, I lost a week. That's what I'm talking about, John. I lost a week. Sorry I missed it, man. I'm sure you guys had a good time, and it was a blast. This is WWKY. I'm going to clear with KE8UIB. Let's pick up Mary Ann. KF8GGC. How you doing tonight, Mary Ann? What do you got for the group? And, well, welcome to the group. And what do you got for us tonight? What are your answers to the trivia question?
Hello, Nick. This is KF8GGC, Mary Ann, and I'm going to go with Bravo 2 for the trivia tonight. And I'm looking forward to the evening POTA on Saturday.
Cool. Well, I'm pretty sure the first time I met you, Harry was brought his 991 way out, and I'm pretty sure that we were actually at that pavilion, or pretty close to it. I think that's where we were. So that'll be awesome. Get out there and play some POTA. Sounds like a good time. Looking forward to seeing you again. And it was great seeing you at the Wayne meeting 2 weeks ago as well. Thanks, Marianne. I got you down for a Bravo 2. Let's go to John, WO3X up in the Falls, see what he's got going on tonight. What are your answers tonight, John? WO3X. This is W8WKY. Go ahead.
W8WKY, this is WO3X. Good evening to you, Nick, and all on the net. Let's see here. I was using my ICOM IC756PRO one evening for the N8XPK 6-meter multi-state net, and when I would press the push to talk on the microphone, the thing would shut off, and then it would cycle. It would take 10 seconds for it to come back on. And so I took that radio offline. It was off to the side. And like you just mentioned about doing ham radio stuff, I figured I better look into this radio here and see what's going on with it. So it's off to the side there, powered up, and hooked to a dummy load and not having a problem. So I thought maybe it was the DC power connection was faulty or something like that. Okay, regarding the trivia question, well, there's a geocaching couple. They are very competent. They solve all kind of mystery geocaches and things like that my wife and I can't do. And so they call themselves the Cleveland Caching Couple. And when they sign the log on the geocache, they just put C3. And when they report their log on the geocaching website, they say signed log as C3. So that's what I'm going for my answer this evening, C3 for the trivia question. So with that, this is WO3X, back to the net.
WO3X, W8WKY. Well, whatever's up with your radio, John, I'm sure you're going to figure it out. You always seem to. You keep plugging away at it. So have at it. You'll figure it out, I'm sure. And I got you down for C3. C cubed it is. I would call it C cubed because it sounds fancier for your cache couple there. That's kind of fun. I've been looking into that. We may have to talk sometime. Thanks, John. You have a great night. Let's clear with WO3X. This is the W8WKY repeater. You're listening to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I am W8WKY, and next on the docket, we've got KE8VQX. Joe, good to have you in town. What are your answers to the trivia question tonight, and what do you got for the group? Go, Joe.
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Good evening, El Comandante, and everyone on the net. Starting off with the trivia, I think I'm going to go with B as in Bravo 2. I like B. I don't know how many of them are hams. So B2, like the airplane. Not much going on. I'm actually texting in one hand with another club member, KC8YFO. I think he's on a trip, but we're threatening to fly together next month sometime. So, because he works the same place I do. So that'll be fun. We can work that out, bring radio stuff. Anyway, thanks for getting me in, Nick, and hope everyone has a nice night. Doing a great job. This is K8VQX, back to W8WKY.
Cool. Always fun texting other members on the side during the net. I've never done that. I got you down for B2 like the bomber tonight. Thanks, Joe. Always great to have you in town. When you can check in or go to meetings. It's great seeing you last week, man. We're going to clear with KE8VQX. I'm W8WKY, and next up we've got Harry, KE8ZZR. What's up, Harry? What's your answer to the trivia question? Go.
W8WKY, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's on the net. Let's get the trivia out of the way. So I'm going to go B4 on that trivia question. And not much here. Took care of my brother, had some doctor's appointments this morning, and then we came home and I did some yard work. And then my wife and I, we just before the net we got back, we did a 7.5-mile bike ride. So that's our day. And that's all I got to say. So I'll turn it back to you, Nick. Thanks for running the net. This is KE8ZZR clear.
KE8ZZR W8WKY. I got you down for Bravo 4 for trivia tonight. And bike ride sounds great. I haven't had mine out yet. I'm looking forward to it, though. I want to get some mileage on it this year. Had it out a few times last year. Worked the ankle pretty good. Thanks, Harry. We're going to clear with KE8ZZR. And next up, we've got Mark, KC8FQV. It's a net now, Mark. I got you in there. I saw you log in. What's up, Mark? What's your answer to tonight's trivia question, and what do you got for the group tonight?
Is A3. Yeah, it was funny. This morning I heard someone say, "Oh, checking in short time," and then they come back later on. I've checked in short time sometimes, and people say, "Oh, what's that?" Back to net. Well, there's all kinds of stuff, but I think the accountants can see what's happening. That's all I'll say. I mean, there's more I could say. It could be, and that's what I was going to do at the meeting, say this whole spiel I've been getting. But I like when you say, this is a net now. But there's other things I don't like what you have said about me. So back it comes, KCFQV.
W8WKY.
KC8FQV, W8WKY. I got you down for Alpha 3 tonight, Mark, for the answer. And yeah, I check in short time in the morning, and that's because I want to get in there and get in and out while the mobiles and short times are in there, say what I had to say. And if I'm still around later on, I check back in so I can make announcements. We'll just call it executive privilege. We're going to clear with Mark, KC8FQV. Let's pick up another Mark. K4OG, the original gangsta. Mark, are you in Copley? If you are, welcome back. What do you got for us, and what are your answers to tonight's trivia questions?
W8WKY, K4OG. Good evening, Nick and everyone. Yeah, I'm back in Copley. It is nice to get back into a routine. As many have heard already, the wife kept me quite busy down there. So I'm catching a breather up here. I believe you said a CubeSat, Nick, and CubeSats are very small. So I'm going to go with a small antenna, 70 centimeters, alpha. Speaking of 70 centimeters, I found a very cool repeater near Louisville, the outskirts of Louisville, that the antenna is 907 feet high. It has a 75-mile coverage and almost reaches Owensboro. It's got a lot of traffic. So that thing keeps me company when I drive through there. And let me see, the other half of the answer, I'm going to go with 3. And I hope she has her license by now that she's back on Earth. K4OG. Back to net.
K4OG W8WKY. Welcome back, Mark, and you've been listening to the trivia questions the last couple of weeks. Fabulous. Got you down for Alpha 3 tonight. Looking forward to seeing you, my man. Missed you. We're going to clear with K4OG. This is W8WKY. Next up, we've got Zach. He won our last Fox Hunt. KF8ELA. How you doing tonight, man? What's going on? What's your answer to the trivia question?
W8WKY and the net. Good evening, everyone. This is KF8ELA. I am doing good this evening, Nick, and always getting myself into trouble with something new. We're downloading WinLink and Vara HF, and we're going to play around and have some fun learning. But, yeah, Fox Hunt, I have an offset attenuator build kit coming in the mail. I should have it Thursday, so we're going to add that to the arsenal, and I'm really hoping that the schedule is going to allow for me to attend the next meeting and partake in that Fox Hunt. So looking forward to that. Let's see, trivia. I'm going to go Alpha 3 for trivia tonight. And, yeah, I think that's all I've got this evening. We'll just say hello to everyone and send it back to net. This is KF8ELA.
KF8ELA W8WKY. Sounds like you're refining your skills and adding to the arsenal, as you say. You're going to be the man to beat, or the team to beat anyway. And Josh told me you were working on something else, something so maybe we can never not have another meeting not stream. So keep working on that. Got you down for Alpha 3 tonight, Zach. Good to hear from you, man. Looking forward to seeing you soon. We're going to clear with KF8ELA. Let's go down to Shreve and pick up Jerry. What's going on, Jerry? Turning the tables on you tonight. I'm calling on you. KC8HDP, this is W8WKY. What do you got, Jerry?
W8WKY and the net. This is KC8HDP. Well, yeah, it's kind of nice to have it the other way around. So thanks for picking up the net this evening, Nick. Let's see, trivia before I forget. I don't know what the real answer is, but I'm going to answer Charlie 4 because C4 is my favorite explosive, and I get to give it as an answer. So there you go. Had lunch with the Wayne Aries group today. We had a good discussion about WinLink and FL Digi, and so that was a good lunch. It's always a good time. Every Tuesday at 11 o'clock at the Arby's on Bell Avenue. So anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to send things back to you, Nick, and say 7-3 to all. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP.
KC8HDP, this I got you down for Charlie 4. C4, your favorite explosive it is. Good answer. And great hearing you out there tonight on the other side of the microphone. Thanks for participating. Good talking to you, man. Always a pleasure. We're going to clear with KC8HDP. I've added some people, a couple from the blue screen. Someone I saw just click in there. We got AA8CS. Gary's on the list. WB4AIZ. Chuck, I got you down in Florida. KC1VQS. Paul in Maine is in there. And KA8MNT. You guys are on deck. Let me see if anybody else is out there wants to get on the list. I will reread the questions, and I'll be right back to Gary, AA8CS. So hang on for a second there, guys. Let's see if anybody else is out there. Then I'll reread the question for you. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo. Good evening, Nick. UV3K.
Whiskey 8 Hotel Romeo Foxtrot. W8HRF, Josh in Akron.
Kilo Charlie 8, Yankee Foxtrot Oscar, KC8YFO, Andy Medina.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Peace on Earth, Christian in Bath.
All right, didn't have to shake the trees very hard for that little flurry. We got WV3K, my friend Phil down in Canal Fulton, W8HRF. He may have some more details than I offered earlier. KC8YFO, Andy, you're in there, and KF6POE, Christian, you're on the list. I'm going to reread the questions real quick, then we'll be right back to Gary. I, of course, have to find them first. Here we go. This is a two-part question requiring two answers. The Artemis 2 mission used S-band and X-band communications for telemetry and communication. They had the ability to use ham frequencies in conjunction with some CubeSats for backup telemetry. What band did the CubeSats utilize? Alpha, 70 centimeters, Bravo, 2 meters, Charlie, 6 meters, or Delta, 10 meters. The second part of the question is, how many of the 4 crew members on Artemis 2 are licensed hams? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'll be looking for answers in the format of, say, Alpha 4 or Bravo 3. That's tonight's questions, guys. Let's go to Gary and see what he's got for us tonight. AA8CS, this is W8WKY. Go, Gary.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Yeah, good to be here with everyone this evening. Nick, I got to tell you, I am over the top whelmed with the response for the directional antenna build. 17 folks now, that is superb. And I'll tell you something else, that bodes well for future fox hunts, that's for sure. And I think what a great idea of taking the May meeting and turning it into a fox hunt. That'll be great. People are going to be out anyway, so it'll be a great opportunity to participate, number one. And if you haven't been on a fox hunt before, yeah, this is going to be a good way to stick your toes in the pool, so to speak. So anyway, yeah, that is awesome, and great job, Jason, and everybody who's involved with that. That's for sure. Trivia. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with Delta. I don't know if anybody's picked that yet, so I'm going to go with Delta, and then I'm going to go D4. If an amateur radio ticket is not required for astronauts, it should be. So I'm going to go with a Delta 4. Sticking with that one. And there you have it. That's all I have tonight, Nick. Good to hear you this evening. You take care. Have a great rest of the week now. And we'll talk to you again real soon. W8WKY, this is Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra.
AA8CS, W8WKY. Great hearing you tonight, Gary. Isn't it great? All those handy finder people. So many people we had to find another location. So, yeah, we'll be meeting up at the Aries Lodge Pavilion for that on May 2nd instead of Gary's Garage. Just a reminder there. We'll blast that out on a few of the nets throughout the week. Gary, I got you down for Delta 4. Thanks, Gary. You have a great night. We'll catch you down the log. I am so sure. I'm going to clear with AA8CS. This is W8WKY. You're listening to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. Next up, we've got Chuck down in Florida, WB4AIZ, W8WKY. What's up, Chuck? You got answers for us tonight?
WB4AIZ. I have no idea. I have no idea the question. I don't know how many hands. And CubeSat, I'm not sure. But not to mention something else, I happened across a group, I forget exactly where they are, so many nets, so little time. They have a cube, well, it's a cube, not a CubeSat, it's a cube balloon. And there's actually a website you can go to track the balloon, which is kind of cool. But anyways, I have no idea. But I thought busy night for amateur radio on Tuesday, so I thought I'd try it. WB4AIZ probably be up on tomorrow, Beacon tomorrow. Quick. WB4AIZ.
All right there, Chuckles, I got to tell you, the beginning of your transmission was dropping in and out, and I lost you for about 10 seconds. I don't know if you got to just reboot your phone or whatever. Echolink was being mean to you tonight. And then you came back full strong. So, all good. And we'll be listening for you tomorrow night on the Beacon Net. That's at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-in start a half hour before the net. I'll be there. Thanks, Chuck. You have a great night. We're going to clear with WB4AIZ. Let's go out to Maine and say hi to Paul. See if he's still there. KC1VQS. This is W8WKY. How you doing tonight, Paul? Thanks for stopping by. What do you got for the group, and what are your answers to trivia questions?
Yeah, well, good evening, Nick, and thank you for taking my check-in. I happen to remember this net happened about this time, so I thought I'd tune in and see what was happening. I am freed up on Tuesday nights now for a little while. It's usually my men's choir rehearsal, but we just had our spring concert on Sunday afternoon, so I'm freed up until the 1st of September, so this is our off season, so to speak. So I checked into a local net first thing at 8 o'clock on RF, and it's a small one that didn't last too long. So I thought I'd just hop over here and check this out. It's the trivia questions. I think I'm going to go with Alpha 3. I think that's what I'm going to choose. And again, I'm not sure. It's a guess. So anyway, 7-3, Nick, and have a great evening. And I'll pass it back to you. This is KC1BQS.
Paul, is the puppy feeling better?
Actually, no. We're still having issues. So I'm going to see what morning brings, and we may be heading back to the vet, unfortunately. But we'll see how she is in the morning. She acts fine, but she's just got this diarrhea going on, and that's not pleasant. So we'll have to see what we can do moving forward. But again, we're going to look and see what morning brings, and then see what we have to do. Back to you, Nick, KC1BQS.
Well, I was hoping for some better news, and almost sorry I asked. I got you down for Alpha and 3 tonight, Paul. I hope you wake up and the puppy's just smiling and licking your face. Have a great night there, Paul. You have become quite a regular. I told you you would. It's clear with KC1VQS. Let's grab Tom here and see what he's up to tonight. KA8MNT, W8WKY. What's up, Tom? What's your answers tonight?
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's out there. Well, let's see. Before I forget, I'm going to go with Alpha 3 for my answers. So, because I heard someplace a few days ago about that ham radio up there, and who was, it didn't seem like all of them were, but I can't remember it exactly. I can't remember if I woke up this morning, tell you the truth. Oh, let's see what's going on. We had our 6-meter group breakfast this morning, and boy, did we create problems for everybody. So good luck in solving them tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to turn everything back over to you, Nick. This is KA8MNT, back to W8WKY.
I'm hoping you guys were focused on fixing the price of gasoline today, Tom. We'll see what effect you had on that. Got you down for Alpha and 3, and they've been in the news a lot, haven't they? Alpha 3 is your answer tonight. Thanks, Tom. Looking forward to talking to you in the morning. We're going to clear with KA8MNT. Let's go to Canal Fulton and talk to my friend Phil, WV3K. This is W8WKY. How are you, Phil? Do you want to answer our trivia questions tonight?
KD8SLG for W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hi, Nick. Sure. I was talking with a friend a couple weeks ago that I used to see when I was up at Brook Park, and he works at GPL Labs, and he and I were talking about that, about the astronauts, and there's I think there's only 3, the guys that are radio ops, or ham radio ops. And so I think that's Alpha. And for the second question, I'll say, I think it's, I'm going to pull on Delta. Anyway, with that said, I had to work on my tractor today. It was light duty load, and I needed a battery. Don't have a battery now because I got to wait for one to come in tomorrow at AutoZone. And it's either that or I got to order a few score of goats from Amazon and find out if they can take care of the job of dealing with this yard that we haven't got to for a couple of weeks. And it's been kind of bad with the rain, so much fueling the grass. So the tractor was stuck, had to get it out of the hole, and then work on the tractor with the tire that even came off of the rim. So it's been quite a day, and but good to be active. Very, very glad to be active. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a good evening, and my regards to all. 73, and Nick, back over to you. And you have a wonderful night and a great net. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Back to Nick Control.
WV3K, this is W8WKY. I got you down for D3 tonight for the answers there, Phil. Sounds like you got it going on over there. That is, you know what you need to do, and you're getting it done. It was not a bad day to be out there today. Once it warmed up about 10 or 11 o'clock, it got downright comfortable for most of the afternoon. So keep at it there, man. And always waiting for something to be delivered, aren't we? Thanks, Phil. Sounds like you're feeling better. You sound better. I'm going to say that. We're going to clear with WB3K. Let's pick up Josh, see what he's got going on. I know there's something going on this weekend, isn't there, Josh? W8HRF, W8WKY. Go, Josh.
W8WKY, W8HRF. Hi, Nick, and everybody on the net. Sorry I missed the announcement period earlier. I was talking with the solicitor. So he was trying to sell me AT&T fiber, and he succeeded. So there you go. Anyways, enough about that. We got POTA coming up this Saturday, 5:30 to 9, out at Wingfoot Lake State Park, the Buckeye Shelter. I think the pavilion you were thinking at, where we saw, might be where I first met Harry and his wife too. I don't remember if it was the first time or not, but out there at West Branch, Nick. There was a boat launch pavilion we were at about 2 years ago now. But anyways, we'll be at Wingfoot at the Buckeye Shelter. It's the first pavilion on the right when you come into the park. There are a couple outlets. I think there's 3 outlets for if you don't have batteries and need a power supply. I did not test them, but I'll get there early and we'll see what they can do. I've got an extra battery if anybody needs it. And we'll try to get 2 activations in an evening for everybody. UTC time switches over at 8 o'clock, so if you get 10 contacts before we wrap up after 8 o'clock there, then you get a second activation. So there you go. Let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to say about that? I don't think so. Last I checked, it was just supposed to be upper 60s and cloudy, so I'll have to check again tonight. But we went out there on Sunday and warmed up the park for everybody. We got a couple of contacts, and we're hoping that the bands will be better than they were this Sunday. I think we're hoping. So, a whole bunch of people said they were going to be coming out, so I'm excited. It should be a good time. There's not going to be any food or anything like that, but bring out a radio, an antenna, and a power source, set up, and we'll have a great time.
Oh, I missed something. Billy Nate SCI.
Nick, was I still coming through W8HRF?
Yeah, you were coming through fine. I don't know who Walter's talking to. Go ahead, Josh.
All right, sounds good. I think that's all I had. I had some other witty remark, but I don't remember what it is. So, that's what it was. Driving home from work, was talking to Tim and Mark on the repeater, and Mark was stopping at DX Engineering, so I stopped at DX Engineering too and got our second Hamvention ticket. So we're ready to go, and it was really good to see Mark. All I got to say, he's a great guy. So there you go. All right, Nick, we'll catch you later. W8WKY, W8HRF, 73 all. I can keep my nickel.
Don't run away just yet, Josh. Do you want to take a stab at the trivia questions tonight?
Yeah, thanks. 70 centimeters and 3. Back to you.
A3 it is, and that was West Branch. We were up above the boat launch. I remember now. Somewhere my head is trying to erase all memories having to do with boats. Don't know why. Got you down for Alpha 3, Josh, and we'll see you Saturday, man. We're going to clear with W8HRF. This is W8WKY. Next on the list, we've got Andy, KC8YFO, KDSLG. What's up, Andy? What do you got tonight, and what are your answers to trivia questions?
Hey, Nick. All right. Well, great job on the questions. Let's see. We'll get that out of the way first. For telemetry stuff, I will also go with 70 centimeters, like Josh. And I don't know. I'm going to go with all 4 of them. So I think that's A. So those are my trivia questions or answers. And then for today was a bunch of yard work. 3 yards of topsoil, grass seed, hay, all that fun stuff. So that was good. And yeah, I was texting with Joe on the sidelines here, switching into maybe one of his trips. So good time with some good company, talking amateur radio for 4 days. That sounds fun. And then also I was chatting with one of my original mentors at my first airline, and who recently retired, and was talking up the hobby to her. And so that was really good. It was great reconnecting with her. All in all, it was a good day. I hope everybody else had a great day. I won't be able to make POTA, but either way, we'll catch everybody on the barometer net tomorrow. Back to you, W8WKY, KC8YFO.
Fine business having some sidebars while you're on the radio. No worries there, man. You and Joe can have some fun, I'm sure. Got you down for Alpha and 4 tonight. We're going to clear with KC8YFO. Let's go to Christian. See what he's got for us tonight. KF6POE, W8WKY. Go, Christian.
W8WKY, KF6POE. Well, nice to hear such a vibrant crew. Had a fantastic day over here in Bath. Didn't work in the yard. Walked around and pointed at things we should work on. Yeah, definitely got to do that, yeah. Oop, kick this out of the way. Yeah, we got to do that too, yeah. Yep. Oh, hey, there's a turkey buzzard that's dead in the yard. He must have got diseased or hit by a car or something, but he flew and majestically landed, I guess. It looks like he majestically landed on the grass underneath a tree. So I gave him a proper send-off, and that was interesting. Haven't had that happen before. And as for the trivia question, I consulted I hope it's not cheating, I consulted my Shakespearean insult dictionary generator, and it called me a lumpish, pale-hearted costermonger, which is the one who sells apples, and that didn't work. So then I consulted the Ouija board, which said Alpha 3. So I hope that works. I don't know. I don't believe in either the Shakespearean generator or the Ouija board. Back to net control. This is Kilo Foxtrot 6, Purity of Essence.
KF6POE, W8WKY. You're such a character, Christian. It's great seeing you at the meeting last week, too. You should make it a regular thing. Got you down for Alpha and 3 tonight. You lumpish, pale-faced costermonger, you. Have a great night, man. We'll catch you later on. Let's clear with KF6POE. Go out to Texas and say hi to Mark. K3MBC, this is W8WKY. What's up in Texas, Mark? What are your answers to the trivia question tonight?
It's K3MBC. Nice to talk to you on a Tuesday evening. Nick, trivia answers are going to be Alpha and 3. Alpha and 3. Back to you.
Yeah, man, I don't think we've actually spoken directly before, just peripherally there on the Beacon Net from time to time. So good to talk to you, man. I think we'll be spending a little time together. I got you down for Alpha and 3 for your answers tonight. Thanks, Mark. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Going to clear with K3MBC. Let's grab Eric. Last but not least on my list. Thanks for letting me know you're in there. I didn't ask. K8VZA, W8WKY. What do you got, Eric?
W8WKY.
W8WKY and the net, KE8VZA here, coming at you crossband repeat, which is probably why I got clobbered. Anyway, I'm going to go with Alpha and 3. I'm going to get on the Alpha 3 train. And what else? Swung by my parents' house tonight in North Olmsted to help them set up their new printer on their PC. Dad had it pretty well going, and he just needed a couple finishing touches. Got that done. And as I was getting in the car and turned on the radio, I heard your voice saying, "There's my girl." but I got to the intersection of 252 and 82, and I totally lost it. So it's real sketchy going through there anyway. But anyway, there you have it. Thanks for picking me up there, Nick, and have a good one, everybody. KE8VZA, back to net control.
KE8VZA-WKY, I got you down for Alpha 3 for your answers tonight, Eric, and I got to tell you, Lenny's the only guy I knew who could master crossband repeat and still get into the barometer net or anywhere else whenever he wanted to. I don't know what his magic was, but there was some magic there. Thanks, Eric. We'll catch you tomorrow night on the Beacon Net as well. We're going to clear with KE8VZA to pick up Craig, AA8CT. I saw you key up there, Craig. You must be out there. What's going on? What do you got for us tonight, and what are your answers to the trivia question?
Good evening, Nick, and WKWKY tonight. I'm going to go with A3, Alpha 3. That sounded like as good an answer as any. I'm just guessing anyhow. So with that, I'll turn it back. I'm going to jump over from here over to the WatchNet and say howdy, howdy to them. So good evening to all the Sarah Netizens. I hope your evening goes well. I got lawn mowed today. Some, not all, but most. And boy, it was getting heavy. It was getting heavy. I'm glad I got it done. So now it can rain a little. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you for running the net this evening. And this is AA8CT, turning it back to W8WKY. And Nick will probably, in all likelihood and possibly, maybe, hear you in the morning. Take care, my friends. 73s, and thanks for doing it this evening.
AA8CT, WWKY, got you down for A3, Craig, and glad you got some hay baled out there. You got to bale the hay while the sun shines, right? And yeah, I'll be there in the morning. I'll probably check in short time, and I may even recheck later on. We're going to clear with AA8CT. He's the bottom of the list. It's well past the top of the hour. So I'm going to do trivia and get you all out of here. And I'm going to go try to get to the WatchNet too. I'll do a last call in a minute after I do this. But first, let's do trivia and get it out of the way. All right, tonight's question, keeping with all of our Space and Artemis 2 questions from the past couple of weeks. It was Artemis 2 mission used S-band and X-band communication for telemetry and communication. They had the ability to use ham frequencies in conjunction with some CubeSats for backup telemetry. What band did that utilize? Your choices were 70 centimeters, 2 meters, 6 meters, or 10 meters. The answer was Alpha, 70 centimeters. And K4OG, he hit it right on the head. I left the CubeSats thing in there as sort of a cue, because they're tiny, and 70 centimeters works for them. I don't know if we could get any bigger antennas on them up there or not. But the actual frequencies they used were 437.31 and 437.41. So there you go. And part 2, how many of the 4 crew members on Artemis 2 are licensed hams? The answer there was 3. Reed Weissman has KF5LKT, Victor Glover is KI5BKC, and Jeremy Hansen is KF5LKU. LKT and LKU. Makes you think maybe they took the class together, huh? Anyway, they're all licensed hams. The only one that wasn't licensed was Christine Koch, and she was actually studying for her license, but decided to stop doing that to continue her training for the Artemis 2 mission. So there you have it. A3 was the proper answer tonight. A bunch of people got it right. Thank you very much. That's tonight's trivia. I'm going to do one last call before I shut it down and run over to the WatchNet, see what Charlie's up to. This is last call for the Tuesday night Sarah Club Net. I'm W8WKY. I'm listening.
KHNK Mobile.
All right, Elmer, sounds like you're my tail gunner tonight, buddy. KE8HNK, WWKY. What's up, Elmer?
KDH&K. Just nothing much. Just mobiling on home from the school, getting ready to drop off in the valley here. So I'm going to go ahead and say 73, give you one for the number, and I'll catch you guys on the barometer net in the morning. It's KDH&K Mobile. Back over to you. Have a good and blessed evening.
Well, thanks, Elmer. You have a blessed evening as well, and we'll be listening for you in the morning. Thanks, buddy. We're going to clear with KE8HNK. This is WKY. We're shutting it down. I'd like to thank everybody who participated in tonight's Club Net. It is your participation that keeps the nets alive. Don't forget, we've got the barometer net every morning at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. Every morning except Sunday. Got the beacon net. Wednesday and Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. Early check-ins start at 9:30. We got the Club Net every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, we'll be linking up to the N5XUK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net in the afternoon for a couple hours from 1 to 3. Stop on by. Don't forget the Handy Finder build has moved from Gary's Garage to the Pavilion at the Wadsworth Aries Lodge where we meet for our meetings. Everyone have a great night. I'm going to return the repeater to customary amateur use, and I'm going to return the call sign to W8WKY. This is KD8SLG. I am clear, and heading over to the WatchNet. 73, all y'all.